The Blindside adoption plot is allegedly a lie. Remember Michael Orr, the American football star who inspired the 2009 film starring Sandra Bullock? Well, in a lawsuit, he's claiming the Tuohys, the family at the center of the film, never adopted him, and he was tricked into a conservatorship which saw the family make money from his name. If you've not seen the film, Orr, who grew up in poverty, is adopted by a rich white family where he goes on to become a football star, eventually playing for the NFL. But Orr says after he turned 18, the Tuohys got him to sign a document that let them make business deals in his name, and then agreed to the Blindside deal, which saw them and their biological children rake in the earnings, whilst Michael was left with nothing. The lawsuit also only found out in February that the conservatorship he signed actually meant he had no familial relationship with the Tuohys, and claims Leanne and Sean Tuohy enriched themselves with the lie of Michael's adoption. Sean Tuohy, Michael's adoptive father, told a Tennessee newspaper he was devastated, adding they didn't make any money off the movie and said they couldn't adopt because Orr was over the age of 18.
Hey, Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And Shalom to you, hopefully elect out there. It's just going to be real quick to the point. Going into this, Michael Orr, all right, an NFL player, which this story is, mostly known from the movie Blindside that came out back in 2009. And supposedly it's coming out that that depiction, it was pretty much a fairy tale. It's a lie, because it's coming out that Michael Orr, supposedly he wants to sue this family that supposedly adopted him, in concerns of this conservatorship. All right, which, for those that don't know, a conservatorship, is basically, you can look it up, but just basically, it just goes into the courts basically appointing like a legal guardian, so to say, or a court appointed person to handle the finances and affairs over someone who, I guess, basically someone that's technically underage, or may not be best fit to handle certain affairs. So they, again, the courts, they will basically appoint someone to set someone up to handle those affairs. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Britney Spears, she was pretty much known because she just recently got out of her conservatorship a couple of years ago. She was in this long battle. She was trying to get out of that situation. And it's crazy because now that she won her case or whatever, and now she pretty much has all that wealth to herself, or whatever the case may be. She's in control of her finances or whatnot. Now you see that she's all bugged out, which, on another note, just a side note, sidetrack a little bit, because this is why women need to, for the most part, man, they need to be ruled over. Someone needs to rule over them, because, like I said, look at Britney Spears now. She's all bugged out now. Now that she's in control of her finances, she's bugged out. You see, but little side note, but nevertheless, supposedly, going back to this story, all right, it's coming out that, because again, you watch the movie Blindside, You know, of course they're going to depict the family as, you know, this loving and caring, you know, uh, uh, um, you know, this lovey-dovey family that took this poor so-called black kid in, right? You know, but supposedly, again, and this is why Michael Orr, again, is coming out that he's suing the family that didn't even legally adopt him. All right, because I mean, supposedly they tricked him into one of these conservatorships. All right, you know, but you know, it all goes to show you why you can't trust the enemy. Because you know, watching, I mean, you just type in type in Google, you know, the I can't even pronounce their name, but you know, the family that took him in, they look like doubles. They look like straight up doubles, you know. And of course they're you know, crying boo-hoo and all, you know, we never meant any harm, and you know, blah blah blah. You know, they're of course they're you know, the devil's gonna do what the devil does, man. You know, so again, it just goes to show you why you can't trust the enemy, man. You know, you can't trust the devil. So I'm gonna get this real quick in Ecclesiasticus or Sirach. Matter of fact, before I get that, I'm gonna get this. Matter of fact, let's just go to it. In Ecclesiasticus chapter 13. Ecclesiasticus 13, starting at verse 4. It says, if thou be for his prophet, because there's a saying in this world, keep your friends closer, or keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Well, that goes against the scriptures, all right? You know, because according to the scriptures, hey, man, you're supposed to stay away, as far away from the enemy as possible, man. You know, stay as far away from the enemy as possible, because, hey, if given the opportunity, hey, you know, if you're not wise, you know, hey, he'll get you. This serpent, he'll bite you, man. But verse 4 again, Ecclesiasticus 13:4. If thou be for his prophet, he will use thee. But if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. So, because again, when you go into Michael Orr and, you know, Michael Orr and his, when you look into Jake, because again, the depiction of the movie, they depicted this guy being this, you know, illiterate and basically good for nothing, you know, timid, when in fact he was quite the opposite of character. All right, I believe this guy, Michael Orman, he was an All-American and whatnot, you know. But nevertheless, you see, if Esau, if he sees that he can benefit off of something, especially when it comes to situations like this, right? You know, where Michael Orr, hey, he had all this potential, all right? And that's a potential opportunity, you know, to profit, like I just said here. If thou be for his profit, he will use thee. You see, so, you know, hey, if Esau sees the opportunity where he could take advantage of an Israelite, all right, then hey, he's gonna use that opportunity, man. He's gonna take advantage, you know. But on the contrary, like I said, it says, but if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. So if Michael Orman, if he didn't have any type of potential, or, you know, or anything, you know, if he was just some nigga on the street corner or whatever, all right, then 9.999 times out of 10, all right, the family that took him in, they would have left his ass on the corner, you see. But there was an opportunity for them to benefit, you know, and make some type of gain, you see. So it says, if thou have anything, he will live with thee. Yea, he will make thee bear and will not be sorry for it. And that's just the nature of this devil, man. All right, he will chew you up and spit you out and not feel sorry not feel, have no type of remorse for it, you know. And we see examples like this all the time. All right, you know, especially when it comes to our people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, man. You know, because Jake, by nature, they have compassion. You know, they're compassionate people, and I always meditate on how. That's why the Lord's gonna have to put His anger on Jake, man. You know, because I think, speaking as a man, if the Lord left it up to us, we'd end up showing compassion to these devils. And hell, you see two-thirds of Jake, you know, a lot of two-thirds of Jake, man. They're, you know, yeah. There's one Jake come up to the camp not too long ago, you know, some weeks ago, talking about, man, you know, you never done nothing to me. You know, the white man's not so bad, right? You know, you, like I said, if you leave it up to Jake, man, they'll end up showing mercy to these devils. Because, like I said, by nature, we're a compassionate people, and that's why the Lord is going to have to put His Spirit on us. Because, you know, even with Esau, his track record, all right, yeah, it pisses, you know, it gets you heated sometimes, but, you know, we're quick to forget and just, you know, go on about our day. I was just watching I just watched this what do you call it, Judas and the Black Messiah. I just watched that just yesterday, and it's like, damn, man, these devils, man, they gotta pay. You know, they gotta pay. And that, of course, you know, that's just one of many movies and, you know, examples. Because hell, there's even things off record, you know, that we don't even know about when it comes to Esau and the treachery that he's done. You know, there's a lot of things that we know on record, all right, but there's a whole lot of other things that are off record that we have no idea about, but the Lord knows, and the angels know. You see, so like I said, that's why the Lord's gonna have to put His Spirit on us, all right, when that day comes, because we don't get mad enough, quite frankly, all right. And like I said, Jacob ended up showing compassion to these devils, man. You know, you see, man, and hey, real quick, I'm gonna get this. Matter of fact, before I get that, I'm gonna get this, because people don't understand about, we all have our role to play. We all have our lot, all right. And quite frankly, Esau's lot was to be destroyed, all right. He was set up to be an enemy to Yahweh Shemel Shai and to the Israelites and to the world, for that matter, all right. Because everything is against this devil. The earth itself is fighting against this devil. All right, these devils are fighting against themselves. All right. I'm gonna get this real quick because, like I was saying, people don't understand when it comes to Esau, Edom, and the lot, his role to play. You see, as long as there's a so-called white man or woman around, hey, I read this in Obadiah. Bear with me, because what people fail to understand is the Lord, he really can't stand these devils, man. You know, Yahweh Bashem El Shai, yes, he created a people that He can't stand. He created a people that he just, you know, just wholeheartedly hates. And quite frankly, He set a people up just for them to be destroyed. Yes, He did. The Lord did that. Why? Because He can do that. The Lord can do whatever the hell He wants. He's the Most High. And as long as there's I'm sorry, I said Obadiah. I meant Malachi. Malachi chapter 1. Because real quick, Malachi 1:4, it says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. And they called them the border of wickedness. Because you see, man, if the Lord allowed this devil to have his way, He would just continue to, you know, he wouldn't stop. You know, He wouldn't stop, man. Because he's greedy, all right? I mean, you know, again, this devil, his track record speaks for itself. So, I mean, if the Lord just let this devil have his way, he wouldn't stop. He would not stop. That's why the Lord has to take this man out, because, hey, the Lord created him to be the devil. And I'm not talking about the spiritual demon Satan, all right? But the Lord created this man to be just, like the scriptures say, the spirit that's in him is just not upright. And as long as there's a so-called white man or woman around, hey, reading on, it says, because this is talking about Esau. All right. So as long as there's an Edomite around, reading on it says, the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. All right. So, and that's why after a thousand years, man, hey, there's not going to be any more use for the so-called white man. All right. After 1,000 years, these people, they're going to be completely exterminated. And that's the balance of the Lord. Because, hey, on the other hand, the Lord created a people that would, they're going to live forever. And that's the duality, the balance of Yahweh Shema Shai. One people created just to be destroyed. All right. And one people were created to be immortals. They were created to live forever. You see, but the point being, because like I said, at the latter part, it said the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. So as long as there's an Edomite around, man, hey, that indignation of Yahweh Shema Shai is always going to be there until these people get completely destroyed, until they walk that 8 mile, man. The Lord's indignation is going to be here forever. The Lord's indignation is going to be there, Salakia. The Lord's indignation will be there as long as there's an Edomite around, man. Because this is, again, the Lord created this. He created a people that he just cannot stand, man. The Lord, and it, because you read verse 2, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. That's also in Romans the 9th chapter. Yes, the Lord hates a particular group of people, man. All right, and whether Jake wants to show these people compassion or not, however, the Lord don't care about all that. All right, because this is the Lord's program at the end of the day. So, with that being said, I was going to get into the precept, but it slipped my mind. But just going back to Ecclesiasticus, chapter 13 and verse 5 again. If thou have anything, he will live with thee. Yea, he will make thee bear and will not be sorry for it. Because like I said, man, there's plenty of examples of, Jake trying to appease the so-called white man, or, making an allegiance, or, make some type of deal, covenant, whatever. And in the end, Jake ends up getting burnt. They end up, getting done wrongly, man. They end up getting dealt with unjustly. You see, like I said, hey, Esau, he feels no remorse. No type of remorse about it. Jacob will be with a company for 40 plus years. Well, let's just say, the retirement age, 40 after 40 years, you can get your retirement or whatever the case may be, right? And you'll have a Jake working for a company faithfully for 39 years, right? And that last year, Esau, he'll find some excuse to let you go, man. He'll find some small excuse to lay you off, and all that, no pension, no none, all that's gone. And he won't feel no type of remorse. You see the videos, man, where Jake, man, they put their blood, sweat, and tears working for these devils, man, and they end up getting laid off. And like I said, they end up getting eaten and spit out, man, chewed up and spit out. And Jake ended up turning the whole office upside down, man. It happens all the time. And no remorse. Esau feel no remorse. He'll use you and abuse you, and treat you like a whore, man. He'll use you, pop you out, and tell you to get to stepping, right? Verse 6, it says, if he have need of thee, he will deceive thee, and smile upon thee, and put thee in hope. He will speak thee fair, and say, what wantest thou? And you see, man, Esau, he's like that. He'll play those cards. He'll smile in your face. But like the scriptures say, man, war is in his heart. He's looking in his heart, in his mind. He's thinking how he's going to use you, and how it's going to profit him, how it's going to benefit him. Right. And when he gets what he needs out of you, man, he just, cast you off to the side, and it's on to the next. It's on to the next. You see? It's on to the next. That's just the devil, man. That's just the characteristics of this devil. Right? Let me get another one real quick. in Ecclesiasticus, the 6th chapter. Because like I said, going back to the same, man, you keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. Your enemies closer. That makes no sense. All right, because if anything, you want to keep you want to keep your enemies as far away from you as possible. As far away from you as possible, man. All right, so I'm gonna get this. Chapter 6. Ecclesiasticus 6, verse 13. Separate thyself from thine enemies. And like I said, Yahweh Shemel Shai set up Esau. He created Esau just to be in direct opposition of him. The Lord can't stand these people. All right. And Esau, Edom, he's the top enemy of Yahweh Shemel Shai, the top contrary to Yahweh Shemel Shai, and to us. So it will behoove you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians to, hey, stay as far away from this man. All right. As far as making, because, we got to work with these devils. We got to be around these devils or whatnot. But, and like I said, you got to be a wise man. So in, certain situations, because Esau, he's not going to let you get too close to him. All right. Because Esau has his mindset. He knows. And like it tells you in Sirach, the 12th chapter, man, hey, he's not going to let you Israelites get too close to him at his table. Because he has a mindset, hey, his mindset is, he's not going to let us get too close to him at his table. All right. Lest we overthrow him. Esau knows this. He understands this. So why would he let you get too close to his table? So that way, he could be overthrown. No, man. He'll set you up just so he can use you. All right. And then when he doesn't have need of you, he's just going to cast you off, man. You see? But again, it says, separate thyself from thine enemies and take heed of thy friends. So, like I was just saying, man, keep your friends close and your enemies close and all, man. You want to stay as far away from these devils, man, as possible. And like I said, in certain situations, because like I said, we're in his kingdom. All right, we're in captivity. We got to be around these devils every day. But listen, man, as far as, you getting off work and, Esau inviting you out to have a couple of drinks, and I wouldn't encourage it. I would not encourage it. We see these stories. Jake ends up going on these camping trips with a bunch of Edomites, and to never be heard of again, to never be heard from again, man. We hear these stories all the time. So you want to stay as far away from these devils, man, as possible. All right, because he will smile in your face, he will use thee, and then cast you off, man. He will chew you up and spit you out, man. He will get what he wants from you. Then when he doesn't have any more need of you, he'll just cast you off. But Lord, one of this was edifying. Call Allah Yahweh Bashim Shai. Shalom. Till the next one.